I'm going to go back to 2021, where I gave testimony to a Victorian parliamentary inquiry into whether they should legalise cannabis for recreational use. That video testimony made its way immediately into a publication called Men's Health, and it was also mentioned in Lad Bible overseas and ignited the collective wrath and indignation and associated ridicule, I might say, of the pro-cannabis lobby. I was challenged by a writer on what was then the Pondering Pot website, and he said this: if you can provide one documented source where cannabis use, and only cannabis use, has directly caused someone to murder one of their friends or family, we'll shut down this website and join your cause. My response was this. I gave them two media references to the Rainer Tide murders in Queensland, Australia, where the court found that cannabis was responsible for those murders. But I also told them that I could give them much, much more, referencing Alex Berenson's book, Tell Your Children. This book uses court records, newspaper reports of court records, as well as journal studies, demonstrating the link between cannabis, violence, and homicide. Remember that you can't do a gold standard random control trial on cannabis and homicide. Such studies would be futile, and that court proceedings are the most relevant evidence adjudicating this issue. And so Berenson's voluminous evidence cannot be set aside as the cannabis lobby would like. Here is a typical study, this one confirming what I frequently heard in my many years of overseeing Australian welfare centres, including 6 women's refuges, that cannabis is heavily causal in domestic violence. This review of multiple studies demonstrated the same linkage between cannabis and violence amongst young people. Moving to homicides, let's recap something first from our last episode. Here is the world's most extensive 2017 review of cannabis harms and medical indications. And it confirms that cannabis causes psychoses and schizophrenia. And this review demonstrates a strong link between psychoses and homicide. Taking that even further, AALM is made up of academics, doctors, and lawyers who are demonstrating that mass shooters in the USA most often have reports of psychoses, often in the context of cannabis use. Look for the reports of paranoid delusions and of audible voices speaking to them. That was something that we visited in the last episode. Next episode, cannabis and suicide.